We have emotional shifts and personal revelations on hand for our water signs. Welcome or welcome back, everyone, to the Mind, Body, Soul Evolution. My name is Debbie, and our water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. This is your reading for the spring of 2026. How are you? So, yeah, some of you will be feeling a lot of intensity. We just had Neptune and Saturn leave Pisces and enter Aries, where they're going to be for a while. So that might feel like somewhat of a relief. However, water signs, 3 Mercury retrogrades year 2026, and each Mercury retrograde happens in a water sign. We just had the first one. It just finished up on the 20th of March, and today's the 23rd. That was in Pisces. The next one will be in Cancer and then in Scorpio. So a lot of high-flying emotions or deep intensities are on the horizon, especially for our water signs. So let's get into it. I do a little bit of your astrology. We'll pull your cards, and this is for your sun, moon, and your rising. So again, emotional shifts. And this is with Mercury retrograde and more so with Venus and Saturn leaving Pisces, entering into Aries, right? This is also a time to make some personal revelations, maybe reevaluate yourself, your life, and where you're going. So the focus for our water signs is turning inward, looking into your finances, making sure you have financial security, and preparing for big life restructuring. Yes, it is time. You've been stuck for way too long. So Pisces, you will be focusing more so on financial security. That's a big one, right? And so there's all types of resources out there to help you. But it's always about doing it your way and what the priority is for you. So again, financial resources, your budgeting, getting your money in order, saving, creating that abundant dynasty that you're looking for, creating that space of security is on hand for Pisces. But we'll see what comes out in your reading. And Cancer, you're stepping into the spotlight this spring. Yeah, right? This is in your career. So career advancements are on the horizon, and I think in the last weekly reading I did, there was something about changing careers or moving up the ladder, or being recognized for your skills, right? So this is also going to require you to balance your home and your work life, or maybe there may be some public recognition coming your way as well. And then we have Scorpio. This reset. This is all about resetting for our water signs. It's reevaluating your relationships, whatever that means for you, right? Taking a look at what relationships are nourishing and nurturing and what ones are taking away. So I'm going to start off with Pisces today. Why? Because Pisces is the last sign. Like, they always have to wait. But Pisces, we're going to you first today. You'll get your cards read first because you've had a tough road. You've had a tough road for about the past 10 years, probably longer than that, but at least the past 10 years. So it's time, Pisces, for at least in the water signs, for you to come first. There's no change in the astrology, in the zodiac wheel. I am just choosing to do this for our Pisces friends. Giving you okay, you don't have to wait for the other signs to go ahead of you. Although there are date stamps, or time stamps rather, in the description, or there should be, and hopefully they are working. If they are not, though, let me know. So we have the moon deck, the moonology deck. We'll pull 2 cards from each of those first to start you off, and then we'll get into your tarot. We have 2 tarot decks, and we have an oracle deck. So a lot of information. Let's see what the cards hold for our Pisces. Again, this is our Pisces friends, right? For the spring of 2026, where we feel like we can actually maybe take a step back and breathe. And you have Pisces, your first card is New Moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine. Look at this. New Moon in Pisces. Attuned to the divine. And again, this is attuning to yourself, right? Religious culture, religious culture in and of itself teaches us that God oh my God, God's source, divine, that it's out there, but it's not. It is within you. Just like your parents' DNA is within you, so is that. So tune into yourself, Pisces. Tune into your own needs and intuition. And then you have last quarter moon in Gemini to clear your mind. So tune into the divine, which is tuning into yourself, your innermost self, and clearing your mind. And you have proper rest helps me feel and look my best. And this is card number 34. And she's just kind of like napping on the crescent moon, just kind of hanging out there. So make sure you get enough rest, you get enough sleep, and you nurture yourself in all ways that there is. And you have another crescent moon. This is beautiful. Card number 40. I honor the natural process of growth and transformation. I laugh because when I first picked up this deck, this was the card on the root of the deck. And I shuffled and it still came out. So again, Pisces, and this is a butterfly. Butterflies are about change and transformation, right? Where you came from, tuning into like where you came from and where you're going to. And this could come after a bit of rest, right? Like hanging on to that crescent moon, and then you realize like you get to fly above it. Interesting, Pisces. Very interesting. Let's get into your tarot. And again, clearing your mind, but that also comes after rest. You know, you don't have to do a big meditation to gain clarity, but we do have to give ourselves moments throughout the day just to close our eyes and breathe, because we can't hear if our mind is clogged with 1,000 thoughts, but we start to hear. They say stillness and quiet has much to say. If we kind of guide our mind to be in tune with our body and our breath, then messages make their way to us. So it does not have to be this big ritual, but take time for yourself, Pisces. Pisces, your cards seem to be coming out of the middle of the deck today. So we will go for that. Yes, 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles is face up, and you have 7 of Swords. Or 7 of Wands, rather. And let's see what else we have. We'll pull 2 more for Pisces. Pisces on the root of the deck for you. 2 of Wands. Yeah. 2 of Wands, dreaming about where you're going next. She has her little bicycle next to her, with a little basket. I don't know if anybody remembers the bicycles with the baskets on them back in the day. And the world, the globe is above her head. Like, where are you going in this world? And Pisces, you're a water sign. The world is what, 70 or 75% water? Like, you can go anywhere you want to go. So let's see, Pisces. 3 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. That is Sagittarius energy. That is the planet Jupiter. 9. Jupiter is in your sister sign of Cancer right now, where Jupiter will be there until June, I believe, of this year. Jupiter loves, and Jupiter is stationed direct now as well. Jupiter loves being in Cancer. Jupiter loves being in Cancer. So, yeah, you're also receiving the benefit of this. So again, 3 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, 10 of Wands, King of Swords. Okay. Pisces, you're tired. There's a theme here about, 10 of Wands, 9 of Wands. Like, working so hard to the point of fatigue, which is probably why you pulled this card of proper rest. right? You may just be emotionally and mentally drained. You've been pulled in a lot of directions. Like I said, these past 10 years have not been really kind to Pisces. Not that everything has been bad, but there's been a lot of, I want to say, misunderstandings or miscommunication, or people not understanding where you're coming from and what you're trying to accomplish. Right? But here's the thing. When you start to align with people, or when you start to create community with people who are like you, who get you, then you get to take the wheel of destiny and fortune and turn it in your favor. You get to start to turn that wheel, right? I mean, it's been really exhausting to the point where there's almost a feeling of being defeated here, Pisces. Like almost maybe you feel like you've given up on something, whether it is your job or your home or where you live or a relationship. But that's coming to an end because people who get you, who are more free-spirited, because you're a mutable sign, right? You're a little more free-spirited. They're starting to come into the picture. And you get to realize that all of us have a choice to a degree in our destiny and our fate. Some things are out of our hands. Some things are out of our hands, but most of it is in our hands. And once you start to take the wheel, then you take a moment. This is like taking a break because you're just so fatigued. Take a break. And in that break, you start to re-examine, like, what is what I'm doing now bringing me forward to my goals and my dreams, or is it holding me back? So reevaluating what you're doing, which is this whole time is reevaluating for our water signs. You might come up with some mental conflict here, like, this is what I've always done. Even though we know it's not working, we still kind of like, but if I keep doing it again and again, it will eventually work. It won't eventually work. You'll eventually break down. But here's the thing. Keep moving forward with the things that light you up, that feel really good. That's where your reward comes from, Pisces, with the things that light you up. And it says, again, attune to the divine. And the very first thing I said was attune to your own inner self. You are your own inner divine. Attune to the divine within you. And you will get, there's a lot of financial abundance coming your way. The Wheel of Fortune is the Wheel of Destiny, Fortune, Nine of Pentacles. There could be money coming your way. This could be an entrepreneurship. It also could be a change. For a lot of our Pisces, I feel like this is a job-related situation where you're getting raises, you're being recognized for your skills, where you may not have been before. And why is that, right? Seven of Wands. You're taking the road less traveled, but you tend to anyway. You tend to take a different path or a different perspective on things. And that, Pisces, is giving you clarity. King of Swords, right? You're getting really, really clear on what it is you're creating for yourself. So let's clarify some of these cards here. And I want to clarify, where am I going here? There we go. Let's clarify the Nine of Wands. Let's get a little more information about the Nine of Wands, shall we, for our Pisces friends? Because you definitely need rest. And like when you're really, really tired and you've been working a lot of hours and like you have a nice break coming up, but you just really can't relax because you're so wound up. Yeah. King of Cups, and that is about self-care. That's about loving yourself and rising above all this. And I'll show you the card in a second. It's about rising above all the bullshit that has been happening because you are more than that. And this is going to go back to attuning to your divine, right? You're clearing your mind. You're gaining a lot of clarity as you take a break and rest. So let's see what else this says about the Nine of Wands. King of Cups. Yeah, just rising above all of the stuff. Yeah, Six of Swords. Here we go. Six of Swords. Again, you move in your own direction, right? You tend to take a more solo approach or a more solo journey in life. Not that you don't like having your friends and family around, but you also like your solitude time. And the Six of Swords is like, what is it that's really important to me? And where am I going? If I'm going to the things that really matter to me, and I'm leaving the rest behind, like all the indecision, all the, doing things the way society has been telling me to do, but it's been wearing me down to the point where I'm so fatigued I can't move. Moving in a direction only towards the things that make you feel like yourself, nurturing yourself, getting that self-love in. But I'm going to go into this Wheel of Fortune because I'm liking this card. And sometimes I tend to qualify like the more difficult cards, but I want to qualify this Wheel of Fortune for Pisces. And let's see where the Wheel of Fate and Destiny is turning for our Pisces friends. Two of Cups. Let's see what else it says. So this is guided partnerships or divine partnerships or fated partnerships. This could be a love connection for some of you. I don't generally always read the Two of Cups as a romantic partnership, but because it's associated, we're asking about the Wheel of Fortune, Fate, and Destiny. Because it came out there, this feels like a really good union or relationship coming your way, or something that is there now that is starting to manifest itself. Yeah, you're changing your perspective on Page of Swords, Wheel of Fate and Destiny. And I said in the very beginning, all of us have a hand in our life, on where we go and what happens, on turning the wheel in our direction. And then you have a fated, F-A-T-E-D, a fated union here. So somebody or something is happening in your life that it is going to feel like it's a completion of yourself, or it is the other half of you. This is really good, Pisces. And you're learning more about yourself, about what, again, Pisces, you're going in a whole new direction of the way you move and navigate through this world. I know that like structure is really important, and the rules of the world are really important. But there's some things that are just bullshit, and you're starting to change your mindset on that and reflecting on the things that really make you feel happy, instead of doing things because you have to, right? If again, you're dreaming big, your dreams are not based in the reality of what you see here, but you know outside of yourself that there's another world, there's another way of moving through this world. And that's where you're going now, Pisces. Lovely reading, Pisces. Let's pull out your last card. And yeah, we'll wrap this up for our Pisces friends. All in all, Pisces, I love this. Like a rebirthing again. You have the butterfly. You're going beyond what you felt, or you're going beyond the mindset, right? Going into the soul space. And the soul is much grander than the mind, for sure. So lean into that. And let's see. Here we go. You have the card of hope. It says love and acceptance. Love is yours. Love is yours, right? And I said there's a divine connection coming in. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. Hope. This is about that self-care, self-nurture, honoring and nurturing yourself, and moving in a direction that is a little better suited for what you're trying to accomplish. So Pisces, let me get these two cards together. That is your reading. beautiful reading. If you have any questions, if you're going through something in specific you would like help on, just let me know. Let's put these cards back together and we will move on to Cancer. Let's get Pisces put away here. And we'll get to our Cancer friends. How is Cancer? This card just fell down, so I'm just wondering if this is going to come out for Cancer. All right. We'll just put these right on top and we will shuffle this deck. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for spring 2026. Yeah, you can take a deep breath now, Cancer, right? You're coming into the spotlight, especially in your career. So let's see what the cards say about that. Cancers are not, I know, I have some Cancer friends that they can be like very social, but as far as having the spotlight on them, they're not always comfortable with that. So you might be getting out of a comfort zone, Cancer. But let's see, what do the cards hold for our Cancer friends for the spring? I'm having so much trouble lately shuffling these cards. I've had trouble with all the readings. And I don't know why. Maybe the decks are telling me they're tired. And I need to use different decks. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Okay, Cancer. You have forgive. Full moon and Pisces. Forgive. So we'll see. Look at that beautiful illustration. We'll see how that plays in your reading. And you have first quarter moon in Sagittarius, your Saggy friend here. Believe in your good luck, right? Cancer, you have Jupiter in your sign right now. Jupiter is a planet of luck, expansion, and abundance. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. Traditionally, Neptune rules Pisces. In the newer versions, we're taking a look at Jupiter ruling Pisces. So use this time, Cancer. Use all the energy of your Saggy friends, that would be me, and Jupiter, right? And go pull your astrology. Pull your chart. This is my chart. My chart is very heavy on one side. I'm a triple sign. I'm a triple Sag. All my sun, moon, and rising are all in Sagittarius. It's so exhausting. But when you pull your chart, it has all these things. It tells you where everything is at. And take a look and see where Jupiter is at in your personal chart, because it's going to depend. Just see where Jupiter lies in your chart and what house it is in. If you want to write me and let me know to help you break it down. And you have card number 15. I forgive and let go with loving care. Funny, I forgive and let go with loving care, and you have the card forgive. Okay, and I love when these cards kind of like the mutable colors just kind of come together. So forgive and let go with loving care, and you have the card forgive. And you have, it is safe and beautiful to express my sensuality. Ooh la la. And this is card number is this. It would help if I put my readers on. I think it's card 36. So self-expression. And I have to cover this up because, I might get in trouble. So this is camel pose, but she's naked. So it's a very sensual form of camel pose. And again, it is safe and beautiful to express your sensuality, letting that wild side come out. Cancer. Yeah. What is this job you do, Cancer? Okay, let's pull your tarot cards and let's see what the tarot holds for our Cancer friends in the spring of 2026. All kidding aside, it's time to let loose, to be free, to be a little more free-spirited. And you have Knight of Wands, very free-spirited energy here. You have Queen of Swords. getting really clear and cutting out the bullshit or cutting out the things that don't work for you, that have held you back. I love that the Knight of Wands is your first card out. This is perfect. Free-spirited, a little unencumbered, kind of going with the flow. Okay, you have Three of Swords, Strength, Leo energy, Eight of Swords. So where have you been holding yourself back, Pisces? Cancer. We'll see. Maybe it's, believing in your ability, in your good luck, and your worth to receive luck and abundance. You don't have any money cards out yet. But again, you're kind of going through career, so I would think money cards would come out. But you never presume, right? Because the cards know better than I do. And the cards kind of fill in the gaps in the astrology. Ten of Wands, interesting. Three of Pentacles, there's your Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. Let's see. Okay, you have the King of Cups. Okay, you have the Sun. You have two major arcana cards, the Strength and the Sun. So, where do I want to go with this? So I can kind of see where, on the root of the deck, you have Three of Pentacles. Under that is the Lovers. I can kind of see where maybe there's some hesitation in allowing yourself to receive. We're going to go right to the table keeps shaking here. Right into the Three of Swords. So some of our I keep saying Pisces, some of our Cancer friends are healing from old emotions or old relationships that people were not authentic. It's a feeling that people were not authentic to you, or that they told you one thing, but the truth was actually something else. So there may be some more revelations of truth coming. There could also be, because you have the Forgive card, and you forgive and let go with loving ease. This could also be, Cancer, that maybe you knew and just didn't want to see the truth. For some of our Cancers, they just did not want to see, because it takes a lot of strength to allow yourself to see things for how they actually are, and not how we want them to be. Queen of Swords, right? Really clear. Getting really clear on allowing yourself to acknowledge what has happened, or what. I still feel, although we don't have the Seven of Swords here, I still feel like there was some lies and deception that you're still sorting through. I think this has happened in the past. I don't think it's really recent. But here's the thing, right? Like, life was fun. You were probably out having a really good time. And somewhere inside of you, like, you knew something wasn't right. But like, yeah, the energy was there. Everything was good. And you still knew something was off. And then the reality of the situation hit. And I really get a strong feeling, Cancer, that there's somebody lied or deceived you in some form or fashion. Somebody really close to you. And it took like a lot of strength for you to take off the blindfold and to see things as they actually were, or to see the things that you missed. This is a really big healing time, Cancer. So this could be like why the money cards are not coming up, right? Although the Three of Pentacles is here. Because you're going through this big healing phase. To where Four of Pentacles, like, you feel like you need to now set up a new foundation. You're setting up boundaries of protection around yourself. This forgiveness, I believe, is for you. For you to forgive yourself for not seeing, for knowing, realizing something wasn't right, but for not seeing it, or maybe not, for taking longer to see it or longer to admit it. But here's the thing. You have the King of Cups and the Sun card. The King of Cups, he has the ability to sit with his emotions, but not let them override him. Through time, he lets the healing, as he heals, he rises above the emotions. And what has happened in the past no longer defines him. It never defined him anyway, but it no longer defines you, but creates the stepping stone for you to move and elevate to your next self, your higher self. And then all of a sudden the sun comes out and you're illuminated. And you go, oh, wait. Happiness and joy are coming in for sure. 10 of Wands, like you're lock, stock, and barrel. You're going in a whole new direction. You're tired of doing things that were not aligned with yourself. You're tired of not seeing things as they were. You're moving into new community. A smaller community, but a safer community that feels really aligned. Let's pull some cards here. Under that, you have the Lovers. And then you have the Ace of Cups underneath of it. So this is healing of your heart. So we'll put that here. Trusting yourself again. So let's pull some more cards though. Because Cancer, you have a lot going on here. But I want to clarify. I want to clarify the Three of Swords. I was going to say Three of Hearts. It's the Three of Swords. I want to get a little more information. That's where the healing is at. The healing is forgiving yourself or forgiving this situation. And look, whether or not we forgive people for their actions, that's a hard call. Sometimes I think that forgiveness has to come from a higher source outside of ourselves. Right? Sometimes I think forgiveness is too much for us to handle, and I don't think it's always our responsibility to forgive the person or the act or the deed or the lies. Sometimes I think we need to outsource that forgiveness and give it to God. That's how I'd have to deal with it. So let's see. Let's qualify. We're going to qualify the three, or get some more information on the Three of Swords here for Cancer. What else do they need to know about the Three of Swords that is showing up in their reading? Yeah. So whatever this situation was, whether it was a lover who deceived you or a friend, or it could be even something at work that happened. Like you felt like you were being left out of something. You were being left out of the cold is a kind of a corny thing to say. It feels like they were using your information and your skills and your abilities, but then they were leaving you out of the thing that they were creating based on your ideas. So there's a feeling of being isolated and being left out. And then you rise. You rise above your emotions. You find that strength. Leo energy. You use that to rise above. You let the sun shine on you. And you say, no, I am Queen of Wands, right? Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. You go, no. You do not get a say. You do not get to leave me out. Instead, I'm taking all my shit, and guess what? Everyone will follow me. Because they're not going to follow a liar. They're going to follow someone who is in leadership. Might be a big move to leadership, for sure, Cancer. Let's get some more information on the Queen of Swords. What is she trying to tell Cancer? Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, right? You are worth way more than what they've been telling you or what they've been giving you. Let's see if there's anything else comes out with that. I love when the queens come out to support each other. That's also the divine feminine. So lean into your, even if it was a female or a group of females that have deceived you or tried to betray you, still there's female community around you to support you. Let's see what else. Empress. So you have the Queen of Swords, right? Like you knew something was off. There was something in your mind that just kept telling you like this, something doesn't feel right. And then the Queen of Pentacles is like, yeah, but you can do whatever it is you want, but you cannot hold me back. Because here it is. I'm giving birth to something new. I am starting a whole new chapter. And I have my community behind me to back me up as I go on this new venture. This is really, really powerful here. Let's get some more information on the Sun card. Cancer. This is good. It's like you're breaking out of your shell. Right? That shell, you have outgrown that shell and you're moving into a new shell, and it's a much brighter shell. It's bigger, it's bolder. Yeah, you're going places for sure, Cancer. I cannot wait to see how this happens. But what is the Sun? Let's get some more information on the Sun card for Cancer. Where is the Sun guiding Cancer this spring? Ten of Pentacles. It's guiding you to abundance. It's guiding you to comfort. And it's believed that the elderly gentleman here is like a grandfather, spirit guide from the other side, leading you, right? Leading you. This is probably where this thought came from a guide on the other side, probably a loved one. Like something isn't right, something is off. And this is where you got the strength to take off the blindfold, to see things as they really were, to start setting new boundaries and foundations for yourself, because you have abundance coming your way. You have a huge, big life you are building for yourself, Cancer. Amazing, Cancer. I love to see when people kind of, the phoenix rising from the ashes, so to speak, where people rise above the trials and tribulations of life. And when you take the brass ring and you kind of say, fuck you, I'm going on my own way. Because I know exactly who the hell I am. If you want to know who the hell you are, embrace the Queen of Wands. Look at that. She's just walking. She's got her glowing wand. She's just walking and everything is following her. All of nature is following her. That's the confidence you're embracing right now, Cancer. I love it. Love it. Love it. You have Mercury. It says open communication. Get a weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard. Yeah, you know how you're speaking up? You're saying, fuck you, I'm going. And I'm taking it with me. I'm taking all my ideas, I'm taking everything with me, and you're leaving them with nothing. Pretty much. Open communication. That's how you communicate. Cancer. Thank you. I'm loving this reading for you. If you have any questions, Cancer, if you want me to clarify any more of these cards, any other cards, I can't clarify them all, right? Or that's all I would be doing. We would have like the whole deck out. But reach out if you want to dive deeper into your personal situation. If you want to let us know like what the thing is that you realized wasn't right, it wasn't working. If you want to share, you can share. We want to know. We're here to support you. And we will move on to our final water sign. Hello, Scorpio. How is Scorpio? And happy spring. Let me put these in the middle. Scorpio, let's see. You are reevaluating your friendships and your finances. So here's the thing. Everyone is reevaluating their finances right now. Not just because of what's happening. Well, yes, because of what's happening globally, not just in the U.S. I'm in the U.S., but globally. But there's so much uncertainty, and we're all realizing that we are worth so much more than we gave ourselves credit for. We are so much more deserving, right? So we're taking a look at, wait, this is my number, and I'm elevating to this number. So Scorpio, let's see what the cards hold for you for spring 2026. Again, sun, moon, and rising. I love to see when the energies really elevate us to a whole new level and take us somewhere that we couldn't have even imagined in our own mind, right? When you leave the physical mind, go into the intuitive space, that's where growth happens for sure. And Scorpio is one of the most psychic signs of the zodiac. My husband was a Scorpio. I'm a Sagittarius, go figure. But the first time we met, I went to go give him he asked me for my phone number, and I went to go give it to him, and he knew the last four numbers, he got three of them right. He got three of the four right. Yeah, very psychic. So Scorpio, you have the last quarter moon in Virgo. Attend to the details. But of course, right, you're evaluating your finances. Finances require a lot of details, a lot of attention to details. So tend to your details. And new moon in Taurus, know your worth. Did I not just say we're all reevaluating our own worth? Right there, Scorpio. It is right there. I love it. I have unlimited potential and claim my purpose. All I need is within me. Holy cow, Scorpio. Card 31. Unlimited potential. Know your worth. Your worth is unlimited. And you have card number 14. I focus on what's working. A little nod to Sagittarius here. Sorry, there's a message. A little nod to Sagittarius here, but that's because it's the archer. But I focus on what's working. That's it. Tending to the details. To the details of what is working. If something is not working, then you shift. You move away from what's not working. I'm sorry. There's messages coming up on my computer. That's okay. They can wait, right? Messages can wait. Scorpio, somebody just sent me a thank you. I don't know what that's about. So Scorpio, you are like, I love this. I just love this. And you know, normally I do signs like in the order that they come in the zodiacal wheel, and I decided to change it up today. And of course, it's like you're taking us out to a higher limit for sure. Let's see what the tarot holds for our Scorpion friends, because Scorpio, man, these first four cards, a little jealous here. I kind of wish that they would be my cards I pulled for myself. They are not. They are not. But that's okay, right? I could just share the energy with you. This is fabulous. Yeah. So again, you have unlimited potential. We all have unlimited potential. Was it for Cancer I just pulled? Or Pisces, the Wheel of Fortune. And I said, we have the ability to turn the wheel of fate and destiny in our favor. We have that potential. And now you're seeing it, right? It's moved down the line. And yep, all you know, all you need is within you. And that was, I think, Pisces first card about connecting to the divine. And I said, the divine is within you. This is why I do the thing that I love to do. This is why I read cards. This is why, because it just all comes together. There's there's just no way these cards would just, really, it's just, I'm actually speechless, Scorpio. Three of Cups. Three of Cups. Pisces, I think, had Three of Cups, like community. Keeping your community small. Trusting only a few. 9 cards, plus 10. 9 of Swords is the only card that is face up. Of course, Scorpio, you are the mystery one. You are the keeper of fate and destiny. Oh, you have 3 of Swords again. Temperance, you have Sagittarius. Page of Swords, Death. Okay, Scorpio. This King of Swords is really making an appearance today. I think everyone has had the King of Swords. 8 of Pentacles, yeah. Knowing your worth. Not only knowing your worth, but creating manifestation. This is a magical time. Lean into all the energies. Jupiter is in your sister planet, your sister sign of Cancer. Your water signs. Lean into all of that. Jupiter again, all said, all over Sagittarius, you have Sagittarius energy here. Temperance. Balance and harmony. Another thing, you have 4 of Swords. 3 of Swords. Overcoming the past. You're reassessing. Overcoming the past. And where you didn't find your value before, it's coming out in droves now. Temperance. Archangel energy. Divine guidance is at play here for you, Scorpio. It's changing your perspective. Again, right? You know you have unlimited potential. You're focusing only on the things. This is mindset. Your mindset is on the things that are working. You're tending to the details. You're changing the way you tend to things. This is your card, Death and Rebirth. This is yours. So when your card comes out in a reading, and I'm getting animated here, this puts you in a place of strength. This puts you in a place to rise above your own imagination. You're leaving the past behind. You're getting rid of the doubts. You're creating a whole new path for yourself. This, you're no longer stressing, right? You're tending to the details. You're on to the things that work. You're no longer wasting time on the things that are causing you mental stress or even emotional stress. You're done with it. You've gained a lot of clarity, right? King of Swords, you're really clear. You're really clear on your focus, or your clarity is coming in. Might be a couple hiccups here, but clarity is coming in. Go back. Remember when things were easier, before complications got in the way, before relationships that kept you from moving forward got there. Go back to when things were simpler. When you were a kid, you didn't care. You just acted because it felt good. That's where you're going. 3 of Cups, right? Trusting your intuition and knowing that there's only a few people you're going to let in to this cycle of your life because it's way too important to give it to too many people that could try to sabotage or derail you. Does that make sense, Scorpio? I think you know what I'm talking about. So let me get a sip of water. And I want to go into your Death card. I want to go into the Death card and get some more clarification on this. Like, what is this rebirth about? What is this rebirth about for our Scorpion friends? So can we get more information on this, the rebirthing? Scorpio, again, Scorpio, this is your card. 6 of Pentacles, right? You're making sure that what you put out is reciprocated. You can be very, very generous in your heart and very generous in your deeds and your actions. And it's not always been returned. Some people could have been taking advantage. So now when you give, you're giving to those who appreciate you for the gift, or for your information, or for your help, or for your guidance. You're not just throwing it out there, but you're being very specific. The Hermit. You're slowing down. You're slowing down to know, like, my worth is so much that I'm not wasting it on something that's not working for me, or for something that's against me, right? You're not wasting it on something that is against you. You're putting it, aligning it with people and situations and things that are there to help you on your path to grow. Six of Wands. I love this card. You're being recognized. And I feel like this is a small recognition. And I don't mean that in a catty way by any means. But I feel like this is your own recognition of yourself. Generally, the Six of Wands is about public recognition. And this very well could be, but I really kind of get the feeling, Scorpio, you're kind of smiling inside and go, oh, this, know your worth. I got it now. Like, I got it. I am worth so much more than just where I've let myself believe. I'm worth so much more than spinning the plates in my head that are going nowhere, that are causing me stress. I'm so much more than, than this. You are worth this. You are worth all of this. You are worth the manifesting for. Wow. Let's go to the Six of Cups. Are we reading this, Scorpio? Are you feeling this? I feel these readings so much, which is why people tend to tell me you're a little animated there. I know. But I feel these readings. I just physically feel the energy from these cards when they come out in this, and they tell the story. So let's, Six of Cups, the Lovers, Gemini energy. Let's see what else comes out. This could be a relationship coming in. I really feel this is a new relationship with yourself. And making it simple and easy and uncomplicated. And when your life becomes uncomplicated, you attract uncomplicated people, judgment, setting yourself free from the past. Rising above all the stuff. Temperance, balance. King of Swords, right? Gaining clarity. Eight of Pentacles, manifesting. Judgment, rising above all of this. Rising above this. Rising above this. Rising above the death and coming into the resurrection of your rebirth, because your rebirth is bringing you to a place of equality and community. It is nurturing your heart. It is allowing you to feel your own self-worth. It is allowing you to recognize the victory that you are. Oh my gosh. Scorpio, I'm feeling this so much. Let's pull your last card, Scorpio. If you have any questions, if you want to clarify any of these other cards, just let me know. I'm feeling this. Oh my gosh, Scorpio. I could just jump out of my skin. My soul could just jump out of my body right now and hug you. This is how I'm feeling this. This is how I feel these readings, though. This is like why I do this. So let's pull your last card, Scorpio. Before my soul actually leaves my body and finds a scorpion out there. Because this is how just phenomenal this is. Soul Flame. Radha, Soul Flame. And this says, let's see, rediscover the lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. Right? Knowing your worth. the details of relationships. This is your relationship with yourself, although that does not mean somebody won't be coming in or that the relationship you're in will not be changing in a positive direction. Unlimited potential, right? All you need is within you. There's a lot of soul healing here for you, Scorpio. A lot of emotional healing, a lot of balancing yourself out. Lean into your Sagittarius friends. I know we can get a little animated and heated, but that's because we love so much. Balance, harmony. Coming back to you, Scorpio. Scorpio, that is your reading for this spring. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. So all our water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. If you would like a schedule, to schedule a personal reading with me, my email should be in the description box. But until next time, happy spring, everyone. Enjoy the energies.